Well, you're stuck with me for a while then. I shook Yugamu's hand. Whether he could be trusted was beside the point. I simply couldn't carry on like this all by myself for much longer. For now, I would team up with Yugamu. I'm glad to see our hearts are in tune with each other, partner. Want to try for the best couple award while we're at it? Yeah, sure, the other character that I shipped with him died, so... Don't think they're giving out awards here. Also, you and I are not a couple. While Yugamu and I were trading quips, we heard it. What was that? There was an ear-splitting sound and the earth shook, but it wasn't an earthquake. It felt more like... I sensed a torrential gush of overwhelming energy. Somebody with incredible power is present nearby.
Yeah!
Don't tell me commanders are joining the hunt. That would be bad news. Just the two of us wouldn't be enough to deal with a commander. A little bit of reconnaissance would go a long way right now. Tiptoe after me as quietly as you can manage, Takumi. Right. We cautiously made our way towards the source of the sound, hiding behind pieces of rubble along the way. And then...
Hey! You saw that, Mistress Hiriko? My 18th invader kill! How've you been treating them?
The bloodiest brand of carnage only I can dish out. What else? Now save your breath for tearing them from limb to limb. Let those entrails fly! Let the bloodworks explode far and wide!
Oh, my Mistress Hiriko! Nobody goes wild as beautifully as you! Your rampaging form electrifies me! You're everything I long to become!
Yeah!
Those two are enjoying this way too much. They aren't hunting anymore, they're just straight up massacring every invader they see. It kills me to say this, but I'm afraid we must cede the best couple award to them. You know what? I agree. Something feels off though. Hiriko's always been strong, but when did Darumi get so powerful? He hadn't joined any defensive battles before this and should be woefully unfamiliar with combat. The euphoria of finally being able to take part in a killing game has likely unlocked the latent potential in her hemoanima, making it bloom. That's an unconventional way to unlock latent potential. Why the bribe? Potential is logic defying by definition. Also, we could totally call it a day and head back now. They've likely already murdered all the invaders in this area anyway. Yeah, we've earned enough points today. Let's go back and rest up for tomorrow. We made our way back and decided to drop by the leisure lounge before returning to our rooms. No one's here. We checked the leaderboard. Where are we? Hey, 3rd and 4th.
Unsurprisingly, those two are in the top spots. I expect they'll be staying ahead of the pack for a long time to come.
I'm in 3rd place? Honestly, I thought I'd be much lower than that. Well, I did take out quite a number of invaders today.
And I'm in 4th. If we keep this up, we won't fall to the bottom of the rankings in the first round, at least.
The first round of this game will last until day 35. Whoever finishes last in each round will be executed. I decided I wouldn't keep tabs on where the others were placed. Ensuring my own survival was more important, and besides...
You're cursed! Do us all a favor and get out of here!
You're more than cursed! You're the Grim Reaper!
The blood of Lady Kurata is on your hands!
Sheesh, this whole slew of messed up shit speaks for itself. Not even I can help you out here. Shouldn't be letting the people ostracizing me live rent-free in my head anyway. What a day. The constant fighting and stress of possible death had strained my mind and body to their limits. I wanted to rest early to recover from the fatigue, but...
Hey!
Bro, you didn't even knock! Care to explain what you're doing in my room? It just just something buddies do, right? And that's what we are. Buddies, partners, bosom chums. It goes without saying we need to be joined at the hip. Join your own hips and get out of here. Oh, come on, bud. Humor me. Pretend we're brainstorming strategies for the rest of the hunt. How about that? This game's more of a marathon than a sprint, so we gotta come up with a long-term plan. Playing it by ear the whole time is bound to lead us to quick and easy deaths. He makes a very good point. Can't you at least make it clear whether you want to be disgusting or discreet? Wouldn't it be if I didn't dabble in a little bit of both? Call me a double dipper if that's what turns you on.
Hey!
In your dreams. After that, we spent several hours discussing strategies for surviving the killing game in the days to come. Did he try to give you a massage? You're still in my room! Oh, it's nighttime. I thought it was the next morning. Bedtime already. Oh, time flies when you're having so much fun. If you don't mind talking to me, we can continue the rest of this conversation in bed. Of course I mind. It's about time you went to your own room. Oh, Takumi, throwing me out after our exciting intercourse without any pillow talk at all? Oh, how cold is your heart?
Hey!
Stone cold. Out. Now. After chasing Yugamu out of my room, I crawled into bed and closed my eyes. Did you lock the door? I had to grab every second of sleep I could to let my tired body recover, but... Oh no, we're having nightmares again. I swear, Lady Luck or Fortune or whatever the hell she's called turned against you the moment you offed Ato.
Oh.
I will not be teaming up with you for this game. Ugh. Their words from this morning reverberated around my mind, preventing me from slipping into a restful slumber. How did it turn out like this? I came back in time to lead everyone toward a brighter future, so why am I being so despised? What I wouldn't give to return to those happy days. Oh, day 27. Let today's hunt begin. I trust you're ready, Takumi. Yeah, ready when you are. On day 2 of the invader hunt, we went out to explore the city again, to earn points by hunting down as many invaders as we can. Found some right off the bat. Check out that swarm of invaders at 2 o'clock. I turned in the direction Yugamu mentioned and found the invaders lurking behind a ruined building, like he said. I don't think they've noticed us yet. Let's get closer and catch them by surprise. Put on your pussy boots and slink behind me, Takumi. Sure. Yugamu had clearly adapted well to the rhythm of the game. He knew how to take quick and decisive action to earn points for our continued survival. He's an assassin. I wouldn't be surprised. I'd be surprised if he couldn't. I, on the other hand... My feelings had yet to catch up to the strange situation of me participating in a killing game with him as my teammate. What was I doing? Why did Yugamu propose a partnership in the first place? Was my life even worth living if I had to kick someone else down to do it? There were so many things on my mind, but... Oh, come on, Takumi. Time to sound the death knell for them. I didn't have the luxury of time to think them through. Fighting to survive was the only thing I could afford to do now. Fight, fight, fight. Did we even have any fighting sequences last night? I don't think so. I think it was all story last night. It was a bunch of little guys. Did we get them all? It's too early to be celebrating. More enemies are waiting in the wings. Invaders approaching at 3 o'clock. They just keep coming. It's only the second wave. Calm down. I prepared for the next battle with scarcely any time to breathe in between. I win! Woo! Fighting outside is tiring. My body resists me whenever I think about how death is permanent out here. You need to relax, Takumi. At this rate, you'll kill yourself first before the enemy has a chance. I don't get it. How are you so calm? You're not even perspiring. I wouldn't be much of a professional assassin if I let every other spot of good murdering get me down now, would I? Hey, what's your secret? How do I kill the enemies efficiently while conserving as much stamina as possible? Secret is your heart. That is to say, your frame of mind. Get in your head that the act of killing is nothing special at all. Nothing more than mundane work. Mundane work. Like hitting a nail with a hammer. Like turning a screw with a screwdriver. Just dull, repetitive work to be repeated without much thought or physical strength. So basically I psych myself into believing it's nothing? Does that really work? Anything more concrete, like a better way to move my body or something? Your body movements are virtually perfect, Takumi. There's nothing to critique. So what's left is your mentality, right? Just give it a shot. You got nothing to lose. Pretend the act of killing's the most boring job in the world. Just dull, repetitive work. Despite my misgivings, I decided to try out Yugamu's suggestion. Oh look, more! I crept up to an invader that happened to be meandering about nearby and launched a surprise attack. Without entertaining the fear that threatened to well up from within, I quietly lifted up my sword and brought it down nonchalantly. This was just work, something that had to be done, nothing you need to think too much about. I went after the next enemy as I repeated those thoughts to myself. Detach yourself. Oh, this is a very dangerous exercise. Oh no, I don't see this being very good. It's just work. Detach yourself. It's just work. Incredible performance, Takumi. It's like you've become another person. Yes, so you have an aptitude for killing. I sensed it the moment I laid eyes on you. An aptitude for killing? Me? I think you need to get your eyes checked. You know, the one good eye. I still don't know what's going on under that eye patch. It might sound strange coming from me, but I wasn't good at such things at all. I tended to miss the obvious, and my reflexes were average at best. I don't have an aptitude for anything. Gifts show up in many different ways. Sometimes they manifest later in life. Later in life? You'll understand one day. I wasn't happy to be left hanging like that, but I knew he would just be evasive if I tried to press the matter, so I didn't. That's dark, right? Anyway, we should focus on the hunt for now. Now that I seem to be getting my mind under control, I wanted to get used to the hunting at one go as well. Let's go look for the next group of enemies. Feel like I can take down another 15 before calling it a day? Nah, I think we should call it a day now. We've earned enough points. But I was just getting the hang of it. And that's when it gets dangerous. Everything in moderation, including assassinations. Besides, if we keep on hunting, we'll run into them sooner or later. You okay with that? Them? Just as I was wondering who Yugamu could be talking about. Oh, Takemaru. Over here. This will be our starting point for the hunt today. Don't fall behind, you losers. I heard a familiar voice coming from somewhere nearby. I quietly made my way towards the voice and peered out from behind some rubble. I feel like I'm starting to use my hemo anima better. Not even a commander can stop me now. I think. Confidence is the name of the game, sister dearest. You and I both know nothing can stand in the way of our newly awakened powers and strengthened bonds. Don't start getting carried away, you two. Thinking you're invincible because you learned a thing or two is the best way to die on the battlefield. You little chicks can just stay beneath my big strong pinions for now. I ain't gonna let any of you die on my watch. I'm gonna protect y'all with my life, in the name of Takemaru Yakushiji. I love him so much. They're hunting here too? Takemaru, Ima, and Kako weren't the only ones. I could see Tsubasa, Nozomi, and the others in the distance as well. Why does fighting invaders outside the academy seem so much more graphic?
Ugh.
It's like I'm really killing something alive, and all that blood. Oh, so much blood. The feel of that invader I just took down still lingers on my hands. Tsubasa, are you okay? I can give you a back rub if it makes you feel better. I think a big one's coming. Why didn't I bring my barf bag with me? Lady Tsubasa is about to start puking like a fountain in a fancy park. Is there anything we can give her in the place of a barf bag? Alas, necessity knows no decorum. Lady Tsubasa, heave into my sheath bag if you must. Ew. Are you sure, Kiyoshika? Isn't that the Holy Jumanji Sword's pajamas? The Holy Jumanji Sword is a party animal with a soft spot for the ladies. She'll understand. Now come, Lady Tsubasa. Let it all out and hold nothing back. I'll be fine. I just pushed everything down with sheer willpower. The roiling stopped. Sorry, guys. I haven't been feeling well since this morning. You don't have to mind me. Go on and get more points for yourselves. We're not supposed to mention that, Tsubasa. Looking out for one another is what teammates do. No wrestler worth their salt abandons their tag partners to get ahead in the match. Loyalty above self. None shall be left behind. Let it... It is the way of the warrior. What did I just witness? Kiyoshika has this thing with her sword, and Tsubasa has this thing where anything gross just makes her upchuck. That's just their little quirks. Don't mind them. Takemaru was desperately trying to protect Ima and Kako, who weren't used to fighting. Nozomi and the others refused to abandon Tsubasa, even though she was holding them back. They were watching out for each other like true friends. I used to enjoy that sort of relationship with them, too. Oh, this timeline must suck for you, bro. I could feel my strength rapidly leaving my body. Right, I've been alienated. What I just saw only served to cement that fact. All those kind and comforting words would never be for me. You look like you're in a lot more pain now than you were fighting the enemies. That confirms it. Your fatal flaw is that fragile mind of yours. I left the place quietly and made my way back to school, taking care not to be seen by the others. Taking back with me nothing but an armful of distressing thoughts and feelings. Aw, Takumi. Interesting dynamic. Yeah, there's one character that keeps making fun of her for it. The sword lady. The sword lady, I mean. I got back to my room earlier than usual, but wasn't in the mood to do anything, except lie upright in bed and stare long and hard at the ceiling. Ding dong, ding dong. I suddenly realized it was already night. I knew I should be resting, but bad memories kept surfacing in my mind and pulling me back to wakefulness. Aww. Like I'm being punished just for being alive. The pain of being despised was more excruciating than anything the killing game or defensive battles could inflict upon me. In the first 100 days, it wasn't a happy ending by any means, but at least everyone was my friend. We had a barbecue. We set up festival booths. We got testy with each other sometimes, but we always made up in the end. Our bonds became unbreakable. How do I repair our friendship? How? As I was agonizing over this matter. Is that Yugamu? Maybe he wanted to discuss our strategy for tomorrow's hunt. Although I honestly wasn't in the mood to talk. It wasn't like I could simply drive away the only friend I had right now. I got up slowly and ambled to the door. When I opened it, I saw... Mommy?
Yeah.
Good. I was just about to kick the door down. What are you doing here? Or rather, are you sure you want to be seen here? I'm jinxed. Nothing good will come out of any association with me. Well, aren't you wallowing in self-pity today? Finally lost your mind after falling out of favor with everyone else. Including you, right? You think so? Yeah, I do. You didn't want to team up with me like all the others. I I went through hell and back after you left me in the lurch. Those invaders chased after me and surrounded me. I had no way out. They almost killed me. That wouldn't have happened if you hadn't turned me down. It wasn't Hideko's fault that I'd almost been killed. I knew it in my head, but my heart refused to stop those angry words from spilling out of my mouth. Hideko said nothing in response to my irrational accusation at first. You're right, I could have handled that better yesterday. You were already crushed by everyone's unkind words and deeds. I should have been more considerate. So here's a token of reconciliation from me to you. She took out a box she had been holding under her arm and handed it to me. A token of reconciliation? Open it. I think you'll like what you see. I took the box and gingerly lifted the cover. Inside was... What? It was the dead body of a gigantic bee. Is this some sort of sick joke? No, wait. This bee... Isn't this one of the sponsor's bees? You killed it? I did. Took advantage of the chaos after Kudata was killed to secure one. As a research sample. What sort of research? You can't be this stupid. Research that will help us kill the sponsor and put an end to this travesty of a game. I was dumbfounded by how nonchalantly Hideko talked about killing the sponsor. The sponsor is invincible. We can't kill them the way we are right now. We can, as long as we find a way to deal with the 2 weapons they wield. 2 weapons? The bee is the first. The other is that suit they're wearing. That spacesuit thing? Yes, I believe that suit is the source of their invincible power. She was right. We attacked the fellow with all of our might, but didn't manage to even scratch the suit. The outfit clearly had some special powers attached to it. How confident are you of finding something? My research on the suit is already in progress, and I expect to discover its weaknesses in the very near future. Really? However, I'm too deeply involved in researching the suit to spare time for anything else. I've not done anything about that bee or the identity of the sponsor yet. And you're bringing me on board to deal with the lack of manpower. Something like that. So, are you willing to join me in my quest to bring down the sponsor? If that were truly possible, I'd be more than happy to give her as much help as she needed. But there were some things that were bothering me. If you wanted my help, why did you turn me down yesterday when I asked to team up? Then you wouldn't have had to come over again today to do this. Where are your brains? Try to remember what my exact words were. I will not be teaming up with you for this game. Surely you understood the implication, that I would be teaming up with you outside of the game instead? Oh, sorry, I guess I couldn't see past that big bush you were beating around. You've been nothing but dismissive of me so far. When I was alienated, you didn't try to take my side. Just so we're clear, this doesn't mean we trust you or anything. Yes, I do think I could have handled that better, but can you blame me? I was still trying to figure out if I could trust the person you are right now. The person I am right now? It sounded like there was a deeper meaning to her statement, but I decided this wasn't the time or place to pursue it. The Takumi Sumino that I know is essentially a good person. He cherishes his friends, has a strong sense of justice, and possesses good leadership qualities. Someone worthy of my trust. However, you killed Eito on the night of day 2. A would-be traitor who had yet to do anything out of line. That created some doubts in me. I had to wonder if the Takumi I'm seeing right now is the Takumi I know. That is why I've been assessing you from a slight distance. To see whether you, the person you are right now, can be trusted. It was starting to make sense now. Like, she wanted to come with me to Second to Last Defense Academy when I went there. She wanted to use the opportunity to ascertain my humanity. We can chat later. Let's be on our way. I couldn't find a definitive answer to my question until that day, when the game sponsor appeared and fatally wounded Kudata. You were the first to attack that unknown enemy in order to save her. with no care about what might happen to yourself. You were like a ray of light back then, and that's when I was convinced.
You are the Takumi I know. The same kind-hearted Takumi Samino, with the most disheveled and generic mug, who always puts his friends above himself.
Why is she speaking as if she has seen different endings? No, she is speaking like, so we went back in time to the night of the second day. So she knew us for a good 48 hours before we did something like off the deep end. My tears threatened to spill over despite myself. To think there was someone who still had so much faith in me after being called the Grim Reaper by everyone else. There, I said it. Now are you willing to work with me to bring down the sponsor? I'm not taking no for an answer. I wasn't as cold-hearted as to say no to someone who had just bared so much of their heart to me. However, you know I want nothing more than to do just that, but I'm already in a team with Yugamu. What should we do about him?
Oh.
He's welcome to join us. His knowledge in biology will be very helpful in analyzing the body of that bee. He may not want to go against the sponsor, though. When it comes to killing someone, he tends to err on the side of discretion and deliberation. That's where your leadership abilities come into play. Leader what? You've just been appointed the leader of the Anti-Sponsor Alliance. Hang on a minute. Shouldn't the one who suggested the partnership in the first place be responsible for taking the lead in? You know I'm not the leader type. Barking orders is just not my kind of thing. Excuse me, you expect me to believe you, you expect me to believe you after all that tyranny you displayed in the previous 100 days? She doesn't know about that. I'll leave the convincing to you, leader. And the Anti-Sponsor Alliance will turn this situation around. Defeating the invincible sponsor of this game. Found it impossible, but being told we could do this by Hideko of all people, somehow, it felt like we really could. Maybe the others would have a better opinion of me if I played a part in taking down the sponsor. Maybe we could become friends again. I fell asleep clinging to that small ray of hope that had lightened up my heart. Day 28. An alliance? Sure. Sign me up. Yugamu agreed to join the Anti-Sponsor Alliance so readily I almost felt disappointed. That's it? You're not gonna think about it a little more? We're going against someone virtually invincible, you know. It's a risky gamble that may very well end in our own deaths. Same amount of risk we're facing if we continue playing this game, right? We may not end up in last place during the first round, but what about the second? What about the third, the fourth, and so on? We'd be completely worn out by then. Would we be able to drive away any commanders who chose to launch an attack during that time? Either way, our strength will slowly be sapped away. Exactly. None of the others have noticed yet, but we're standing at the crossroads of destiny right now. Either way, we break free of the situation either by defeating the sponsor, or get slowly tortured to death as the game drags on. So you can imagine how grateful I am to Hideko for taking the lead and revolting against the status quo. The thing is, his expression darkened. I have one major cause of concern with this alliance. What's that? Hideko's current teammate, Darumi. The one who really wants this game. She's made no secret of how much she loves killing games. Hard to believe she'd be sympathetic to our quest to put an end to this game. You know what I mean? I'm sure Hideko will find a clever way to hide it from her or something. She said as much last night. But what does Darumi think about this plan? Killing the sponsor to end the game? She may get mad because she loves her killing games so much. Well, I'm keeping it a secret from her. She's merely my in-game partner, that's all. I was never gonna let her join the Anti-Sponsor Alliance. Incomprehensible. Why even bother teaming up with her in the first place? I'm sure she has her reasons. That's why she won't reveal even if we pressed. Ah yes, femme fatale. Thy name is Hideko. Not that I approve of allies keeping secrets from each other. You speak for yourself. Point taken. We'll put Dotomi on the back burner for now. So what exactly are we expected to do? Good question. Our top priority is to earn as many points as possible. The plan immediately falls apart if anyone in this alliance gets executed in the first round. Stay in a rank that safeguards you from that outcome. Understood? Safety first. Basically, focus on the hunt in the morning and anti-sponsor alliance activities in the afternoon. Your role in the alliance is... I want the anatomy and abilities of this bee to be thoroughly analyzed. This will primarily be Yugamu's job since he's so good at dissection. Good? You mean fabulous. I'm dying to get my hands on those bee remains already. By the way, what's your role? Takumi, I want you to investigate the identity of the sponsor. Focus on whether they're an invader or not. How exactly am I gonna do that? Look up books in the library or something? Courses for courses and all that jazz, right? Best person to ask about invaders would be an invader herself. So, Eva then? Yeah, Hideko passed me the key to the cage in the courtyard and said she'll leave the interrogation to me. You think she'll cooperate? She's a former commander we captured and imprisoned. I doubt she'll betray her companion so easily. I know. Let me tag along. I'm quite the killer torturer if I do say so myself. No. You stay far, far away from her and wipe that drool off your face. It wasn't easy for me to build some semblance of a friendly relationship with Eva, and I wasn't about to let this lunatic flush that down the proverbial toilet. Acknowledged. I'll follow Hideko's general directions as instructed. That means going out there to earn some invader points right now. You ready, Takumi?
Yeah!
Yep, ready when you are. We took out our weapons and went around attacking the invaders loitering in the ruins. Yay, fighting! I applied Yugamu's advice from yesterday about treating the killings as mundane work. Lifting up my sword quietly and bringing it down nonchalantly. It's just work. I kept repeating to myself in my head. Detach yourself. It's just work. Detach yourself. It's just work. I don't know how you feel about that ... at the very beginning of the sentence. No, that sponsor isn't one of us. When I asked Eva about the sponsor's identity, she flatly rejected the possibility of them being an invader. Absolutely impossible. I can stake my life on it. You must have solid proof to be so sure. Proof is in the strangeness of their abilities. If they were truly one of our ilk, they wouldn't be using blood-sucking bees to fight. What do you mean? Bees are taboo in your religion or something? Not the bee. The blood-sucking. The absorption of divine blood is strictly prohibited in our commandments. Divine blood? Meaning the cryptoglobin running in our veins? Absorbing cryptoglobin was prohibited. That reminded me of something similar I had heard during my previous 100 days. Oh no, right? Hamo-anima or cryptoglobin, was it? Oh wait, that's Ema. Hamo-anima or cryptoglobin, was it? Absorbing cryptoglobin is a taboo of the highest order. Which proved that the sponsor of this game couldn't have been an invader since they absorbed Kurata's cryptoglobin. First of all, if the host were one of us, why would they organize a game to hunt down their own kinds? Yeah, good point. It didn't make sense for an invader to urge the enemy to hunt down other invaders. However, this did complicate matters. If the sponsor was neither Special Defense Unit nor School Invader, did that mean they were an unknown third party? By the way, Takumi, if you don't mind me asking, where's my mask? Eva suddenly changed the subject. Remember that favor I asked for the other day? Did you bring it for me? Bring what? Her mask! You know, my mask. You promised me you'd return it to me, like, a week ago. Right, she did ask me for her mask a while back. Please return my mask to me.
Huh?
Your mask? The mask I was wearing on the battlefield. My people highly value our masks. We consider them as part of us. The mask was really important to her, as much as I'd like to give it back to her right now. I'm sorry, Eva. I'm gonna have to go back on that promise. You'll have to bury your face for a little while longer. Why? Why are you being so mean to me? She grabbed hold of the cage bars as she protested, tears welling up in her eyes. Exposing her plain faces is as embarrassing as walking around outside without clothing. Do you enjoy humiliating me so much? Is this prisoner... This is prisoner abuse. Wait, calm down. I'm not trying to be mean. It's just the timing's not right. What do you mean the timing's not right? The mask is a symbol of your identity as a commander, right? Wearing it will make everyone realize that you're also a target of the invader hunt. As a commander, Eva was most likely one of the targets of this game. Her death would likely result in a lot of points, but you wouldn't get it if you kill her on school grounds, right? That's one of the rules. If anyone realized that, she was bound to be murdered sooner or later.
Hey!
I can't give you back your mask in order to keep you safe, that's all. I can protect myself. I'm not known as a hero among my people for nothing. But you can't use any of your powers when you're inside this prison. You'd be like a sitting duck. But... Look, you have to just accept it. I'm not about to sit around and watch you get killed. You're not getting your mask back no matter what. Eva looked entirely unconvinced, and it seemed like she was about to protest again, but... This is awful. She sighed deeply in what sounded like resignation to me. Hey, cheer up. Once the game is over, you can have your mask back, okay? A maskless life isn't that bad once in a while, see? No risk of heat damage to your face. I don't think she liked that answer, Takumi. I'm very sorry. She ignored my encouragements and apologies in favor of glaring at me through half-lidded eyes.
You're so useless. Can't even fetch a simple mask for me?
I thought I'd been imagining things. Did she just whisper something really out of character for her? Eva, sorry, can you repeat that again? Did I hear you calling me useless? Do you have a problem with me speaking the truth? I can go on, you know.
Takumi's a gibbering idiot! The enemy of all maidenkind! Downright pervert! I'll sue you for prisoner abuse one day.
To what judge? Eva had done a complete about-face. What could have transformed that sweet, docile lady from just now into this sharp-tongued witch? I'm guessing these are your true colors, huh? Yes, I'm done playing nice. I know I won't be getting anything out of you. This is the pits of the pits. After all that hard work, I didn't even get to see a glimpse of my mask. Why don't you just give it back already? The shock of not being able to get her mask back made Eva burst into tears. She had been putting on an act all this time. I was astonished by the fact and annoyed by her hurtful accusations, but... What am I supposed to do now? I couldn't muster up the anger to chide her as she wept sadly. She was likely mentally strained from the stress of being held in the middle of an enemy stronghold. No wonder everyone hates me. I quietly left the courtyard so as not to agitate Eva any further. After that, I returned to my room and organized the information I'd gotten out of Eva in a notebook. You're making a lovely lady cry, apparently! And then, once night fell... Oh boy, they're both in my room! The bedtime announcement played. By rights, we should all be turning off the lights and jumping into bed right now, but... The Alliance meeting shall now begin. We'll take turns to share our findings of the day with each other. It had been decided that the anti-sponsor Alliance would be holding nightly meetings in my room to exchange information starting from tonight.
Tuh.
You start first, Takumi. Learned anything new about the identity of the sponsor?
Huh?
Yes, according to what Eva told me, I shared the results of my investigation with everyone. About how the bee could not have been a weapon of an invader. That blood-sucking was taboo to the invaders, so the sponsor couldn't have been one since they sucked Kudata's blood. In conclusion, it's quite likely the sponsor is an unknown third party, unrelated to us or the school invaders.
Huh?
That's all from me. We're already having enough trouble with the invaders, and now there's a third party? This is highly displeasing.
Oh.
Be that as it may, I must commend you for a job well done. That was remarkable work for a person of your intelligence. Thanks, but, can I get something other than a backhanded compliment once in a while?
Oh.
I'll work on it if I feel like it. So that's a no. Allow me to go next. After dismembering the dead bee and investigating its anatomy, I made several discoveries. First of all, the bee was modeled after a type of parasitic wasp. A horrible species that parasitizes the bodies of butterfly larvae and feeds off their innards. Basically, that bee was simply a scald-up version of a parasitic wasp. There's just one major difference between this bee and an actual parasitic wasp. Bees and hornets usually use their stingers to inject poison into an enemy's body. This giant bee, however, uses it to suck stuff out, like a blood-collecting device of sorts. It works more like a mosquito stinger. We all saw the bee use it to suck the blood out of Kudata. Yes, and she was drained in a few seconds. A testament to the strength of its suction. But it does bring up another question. The body of the bee has nowhere to store the blood it sucks. So where did Kudata's blood disappear to? Maybe it was warped to another place instantly? It's likely that's what happened. Maybe it's designed to transfer all the nutrients it sucks up into the sponsor's stomach. In other words, the sponsor's using the bees to consume cryptoglobin. Just a hypothesis. If that turned out to be true, it would mean the sponsor absorbed Kudata's blood. The thought of my friend's blood being used as food sparked an intense rage within me. And that's all I've got. Let's hear what Hideko has to say now. Any progress on that suit the sponsor's wearing? Yes, I'd venture to say there's been some major progress. Much more than I initially expected. I may be able to get my hands on a spare suit worn by the sponsor in the very near future. There's a spare suit?
Oh.
Yes, and I've almost pinpointed its location. All that's left is to refine the coordinates. Hideko previously said the sponsor's invincibility came from that suit. If we could secure something similar, wouldn't that make us invincible as well? Where's the spare? We can look for it together. No, that won't work. I'll search for it myself. Why? 3 sets of eyes are faster than 1, right? Because I'm the only one who can find that place. Something terrible beyond all imagination may happen if someone other than me discovers it. So don't even try, understand? Her assertive tone made it clear that there would be no further discussion on the matter. Something that could cause the usually placid Hideko to get so worked up had to be extraordinary. Okay, I'll respect your wishes, even if I don't understand them. It's for the best. Moving on, what's the plan for tomorrow and beyond? I need you two to continue your research. We're having a dire lack of good information right now. Don't forget to keep earning points in the game as well. Stay in 6th place or higher. Also, avoid situations that may end up with you dying to mere minions. As usual, we're going with safety first. If you accidentally die, I'll bring you back to life and kill you myself, Takumi. Why me? Because if anyone will screw up, it's you. Oh my gosh! Stop jabbing at me. I'll be fine. Yugabu's with me. I'm not that bad of a fighter myself. You should be watching out for yourself. You were the first to die last time. Please, are you talking to me? I'm much stronger than the Hideko you knew. Dadomi and I can take care of a commander or two by ourselves. Dadomi, huh? Yugamu's expression darkened at that. Hideko, I just don't get it. Why would you team up with Darumi of all people? I'll be brutally honest, the fact that you're a team doesn't sit right with me.
Huh?
She loves her killing games. Can't imagine she won't at least try to sabotage our work if she ever finds out about it. Rest assured that she'll never find out. She's just my in-game partner. Nothing more, nothing less. I'm talking about the what-ifs right now. You can't guarantee that it won't happen. You really ought to dissolve your partnership with her. No, I'm not letting her out of my sight. She has an important role to play as well. Which is... I can't tell you. Why not? Shouldn't allies share as much information with each other as possible? Yugamu continued to question Hideko about her reason for teaming up with Dadomi, but she kept quiet throughout. The alliance meeting ended on a slightly sour note because of that. Unfortunate, really. Day 29. It had been 4 days since the game started, and I had gotten used to fighting outside the academy. I would wander around town quietly in search of invaders and strike them down using as little energy as possible. Detach yourself. It's just work. Detach yourself. Take their lives. Detach yourself. It's just work. Nice. Seems like I'm in pretty good form today. I doubted I would end up in last place in the first round if I kept this up. But ensuring my survival alone wasn't enough to put me at ease. The ultimate goal of the anti-sponsor alliance was to put an end to this game by killing the sponsor. But what was the sponsor hoping to achieve by making us do this? I couldn't get that one thought out of my mind as I cut down one invader after another. In a way, the sponsor and Sirei were similar. Both were trying to make us fight against invaders. Except Sirei never ordered us to fight outside the academy. He always insisted we fought on the academy grounds. On the other hand, the rules laid down by the sponsor basically forbade us from doing so. They were designed to make us fight outside. Why was the sponsor so determined to make us fight out here? Did they not want us using the Revive-O-Matic? Dying outside meant our dead bodies couldn't be revived. Was that the sponsor's objective? To ensure that anyone who died would stay dead? Hey, talk to me. When did your hands go on vacation? I was jolted back to reality by Yugamu's teasing. Oh, sorry. Just thinking about something. It's dangerous to think and kill at the same time. There's a fine line between familiarity and carelessness. Keep your mind on the hunt for now. Don't forget that Hideko warned you last night about getting killed. You're right. Sorry about that. I refocused my mind on the task at hand. With my sword in hand and my mind clear, I resumed the work of hunting down invaders. Yugamu and I then spent the better part of that morning killing together. We returned to the academy a little past noon and immediately made our way to the leisure lounge. Oh, poor Shoma's in last place. There we checked our latest rank. Yugamu is rather careful given his design and personality. Careful about what? What he says? What he does?
I'm in 4th place, and Yugamu's in 6th.
Interesting. Tsubasa is above Yugamu? Whoa. Our positions had slipped from the first day, but we were still within the top bracket. Since it was already the 4th day, it was unlikely we would tumble all the way to the bottom this round unless something catastrophic happened.
Shoma's currently in last place.
I had told myself not to look at the other positions, but my eyes naturally drifted to the last spot. Yeah, comments and tips layered with jokes and teasing. Yeah, I think that's like the like the endearing part of him. Like, yeah, he's a little weird, but he has this endearing part to his personality as well. Speaking of leaderboard positions,
Tsubasa's is surprisingly high.
she was clearly holding her teammates back yesterday. You don't have to mind me. Go on and get more points for yourselves. Tsubasa, you promised not to say that anymore. Looking out for one another is what teammates do. No wrestler worth their salt abandons their tag partners to get ahead in the match. She's likely benefiting from the point sharing system. What point sharing system? What, you haven't noticed? There's a way to earn points in this game without killing any invaders yourself. Yugama took out a notepad and started drawing some sort of diagram on it. Two people... Oh, because they're in a team. Let's say, for example, a 10-point enemy appears in front of you. You kill that enemy by yourself, you gain 10 full points. But if I help you in the fight, I gain a percentage of those 10 points. Could be 50-50 or 80-20 split, depending on the situation. It all hinges on how much each person contributed to the fight. Simply joining the fight earns you at least 10% of the points. Tsubasa's Hemo Anima is very versatile, and so I'm sure she's earning points by supporting the others. So every member of the team gets some credit as long as they work together. Like in sports? A strange but fitting comparison. Weaker players earn points by focusing their efforts on supporting others. Stronger players gain support by offering to share points with those who do. This game may not be about pure combat prowess, but how well we work together. We're being tested on our teamwork? In a killing game? A killing game usually pits participants against each other, but the rules for this one clearly lent itself to fostering teamwork. Had this been implemented to adjust the difficulty of the game to our level? Or did the sponsor have some ulterior motive? I returned to my room, unable to quash the indescribable wave of nausea threatening to bowl me over. I love the English language. What should I do this afternoon? I was in my room trying to figure out what to do in the time I had before the nightly meeting. My role in the anti-sponsor alliance was to find out the identity of the sponsor, but it's not as easy as it sounds. I felt like I needed clearer direction, like where was I supposed to even start? If only I had a hint of sorts to help me get the ball rolling. I suppose I'll just have to ask around? Asking around for information would be the best way to find clues that might shed more light on the matter. Asking around, yeah, that's what I'll be doing today. The others would surely be shocked to see the most unpopular guy in school right now approaching them out of the blue. But I can't just hole up in my room all day without at least trying something. I steeled myself before dashing out of my room. Oh, no free time? Sad. Oh! Tsubasa's on the rooftop. Question is where? Hi! Takumi. Tsubasa lowered her eyes awkwardly when I called out to her. I'm sorry for abandoning you the other day. Did everything turn out all right after that? Yeah, I managed to walk away with my life somehow. Yugamu and I are a team now. I'm just glad you're safe. I don't want to see any more of my friends dying. Though that means Shoma's in trouble for the first round, huh? Why? He's not taking part in the game at all. Takamaru's been pulling out all the stops to invite him, but he refuses to even leave his room. I see. Shoma's probably gonna be the first to die if things continue like this. But we could save him if we took down the sponsor before that happened. Tsubasa, do you happen to know anything about the sponsor? I'm trying to find out their true identity. That's a question I'd like to answer myself. Why did they show up and make us take part in this killing game? None of it makes any sense. Yeah, I feel like we're not gonna get very much information. Info about the sponsor's identity. Why are you interested at that too? Are you investigating that too?
Huh?
Too? As in, you're also looking into this? You bet. I even tried to film a day in the life documentary of the sponsor some time ago. Day in the life?
No.
First, I made a camera with the Gift-O-Matic, then I tailed the sponsor around for 24 hours.
Yeah.
That way, if they ever revealed their face during that time, I'd catch it on film, right? And did you? Oh, I wish. They cling to that spacesuit like it was the championship belt itself. How's it possible to carry out any sort of daily routine with that suit on? What about food? Sponsor doesn't eat. Doesn't eat? Yeah, I never saw them eat or sleep even once. Just kept buzzing out orders to their bee underlings day in, day out. The sponsor can stay alive for 24 hours without any food or sleep? It sounded unbelievable to me, but Moko wasn't the type to tell tall tales. Shenanigans? We're dealing with a real main event headliner here. Better be ready for a royal rumble if you're trying to unveil their real identity. Holy muscles! She's even got veins. I want to level up my characters when we get to the floor with the training room. Hey, Takemadu, can I have a moment? I'm gathering information about the sponsor right now, and... Sorry, man. I ain't got nothing to say to you. You're just bad luck these days. Everything you touch turns to ashes. Bad luck, huh? Part of being the school jinx, I guess. Wow. My boyfriend shot me down. A table-style training device looks like just an arcade machine to me. What? I can't interact with it even though it doesn't cost free time? Rude. I'm sitting on so much BP. Eva was in her cell looking as dejected as I'd left her. She was clearly still aghast at not being able to get her mask back. Why was it an option to go talk to her if I had nothing to say? Do not speak to me as if we were friends. I will never, ever forgive you for sending Lady Kurata to her dismal death. Begone, accursed Grim Reaper, and give Lady Kurata back to me. Calm down, Kiyoshika. I'm sorry, Takumi, but Kiyoshika's still very angry about what happened, so... He knew I wasn't popular, but actually having such vitriol spewed directly in my face was a sobering experience. Aww. This is bliss. Whoa, who just shouted? It is I, Darumi, and I'm shouting because this is the happiest I've ever been. Yeah! Killing game? Check. Mistress Hideko's lapdog? Check. Killing and killing and killing every day and night? Check, check, and check. I'm Mistress Hideko's loyal lapdog in a killing game. What else does a person need to be happy in life? Just thinking about how I'm gonna wring the innards out of those invaders tomorrow releases so much endorphins into my brain, I may just pass out from sheer pleasure. Darumi was enjoying the current situation with every fiber of her being. I still couldn't understand why Hideko would team up with someone like that. She's so unhinged. Okay, I've collected quite a bit of information. I'd learned a lot and was glad I'd mustered up the courage to talk to everyone. Even though I got shot down by half the group, essentially. I know you love her. After putting the information down in a notebook, I prepared for the nightly meeting. For the Anti-Sponsor Alliance, the bedtime announcement was now a call to action instead of a reminder to rest. A sign for us to gather and report on the day's findings. So, now we know it's highly possible the sponsor doesn't eat or sleep. And still manages to be so powerful. They should just quit sponsoring killing games and go make a killing in the business world instead. Who wouldn't be impressed by a corporate soldier who can work all day and night? This is neither the time nor the place to be joking around. It's precisely the time and place to be funny. Morbid humor is the best way to deal with morbid situations. That's just how strong the enemy we're up against is, right, Hideko? This sponsor person isn't a ninja. Stays active for 24 hours without any sort of nutritional replenishment. Are we dealing with a robot? We can't rule out that possibility considering what little we know of their identity. Be that as it may, I must commend you for a job well done. That was remarkable work for a person of your intelligence. Thanks, but can I get something other than a backhanded compliment once in a while? Was that a joke? It must be. Your entire existence is one. Well, aren't you something yourself? Allow me to share my additional findings on the bee's anatomy next. I got down to business today by dismembering the bee to its smallest parts. Some interesting truths were uncovered as a result. Despite a tough and grandiose appearance, it doesn't quite have the hardiness to match. The joints snap out of place if you even look at them wrong, and the stinger comes off without much effort as well. It's as fragile as life itself. But it can't be so weak. These bees killed Kurata like it was nothing. Their bodies were likely enhanced by some supernatural means when they were still alive. Supernatural. In other words, hemoanima. The ability to move around without needing to eat or rest, hemoanima enhanced bees. The more we tried to pry into the sponsor's business, the more of their uncanny strengths we seemed to discover. But none of these prove that the sponsor themselves was impossible to defeat. If we could just find a way to get them out of that invincibility suit. Last but not least, let's hear what Hideko has to tell us. Did you find that spare suit you talked about? Yes, I pinpointed the location yesterday. If all goes well, I should be able to get my hands on the suit by tomorrow. Really? I honestly wasn't expecting to find it so soon either. Once we actually have it, uncovering a weakness or two should be trivial work. Unfortunately for the sponsor, their invader hunt is about to draw to a premature close. An end to this abominable invader hunt seemed like a dream, but Hideko seemed confident the odds were in our favor. Anything we can do to help you secure the spare suit? Oh, quite a lot, in fact. I'd venture to say I couldn't possibly recover the suit without your help. The suit is located somewhere to the south of this campus. Actually, getting the suit is going to be the easy part. The thing is, if the bees flying around find out what we're doing, all our efforts will go down the drain. Because then the sponsor would realize what we're up to. That's why we're going to need a little bit of creative prep work to hoodwink those roaming bees. With that preface, Hideko shared with us a brief outline of her plan. Our operation commences at 7 a.m. tomorrow. The three of us here, plus Darumi, will head south in the direction of town. Once we're somewhere in the vicinity of this area, we'll start hunting down invaders. As we do, we'll destroy the ruins around there in the flashiest way possible, picking up as much dust and ash as we can. I'll use the sudden drop invisibility as camouflage to secretly move to the place with the spare suit without being discovered by the bees. We'll meet up once I find the suit, and rush back to school to examine it until we can discover its weaknesses. After we ascertain a way to destroy the invincibility suit, it's showdown time with the sponsor. Hideko's plan was simple but bold. He would absolutely end everything tomorrow if circumstances allowed, both the invader hunt and the sponsor themselves. Will you help me, Takumi? And Yugamu? An earnest plea for help from Hideko without her usual barbs was a straight yes from me. I nodded vigorously. Of course I'll help. Let's get that suit and bring down the sponsor to get... I'm against this plan. I won't be joining it. What's gone into you, Yugamu? Is there something wrong with the plan? Nothing wrong with the plan, per se. What's wrong is one of the participants. Hideko, why are you letting Darumi join the operation tomorrow? You've been insisting all this time she's nothing but your in-game partner and not a member of the anti-sponsor alliance. She's very strong. She'll be useful in combat. Oh, that's nice, but what guarantee is there she won't turn around and slit our throats after learning of the plan? She lives and breathes killing games. I can already picture her lunging at us in unrestrained anger when she finds out we're trying to put a stop to her beloved game. You're overthinking this. She'll be too engrossed in the game to even notice what we're doing. That's my point, see? It's counterproductive to let someone so engrossed with killing games into our confidence. I disagree. I'm bringing her along tomorrow by hook or by crook. I have my reasons. Oh, such as? The discussion was leading nowhere. Neither Hideko nor Yugamu seemed willing to compromise. Tomorrow's operation would be aborted if we didn't find a way to break the stalemate. I had to do something. I'm afraid I have to take Yugamu's side this time, Hideko. We're putting our lives on the line tomorrow. Yet, at the same time, you're trying to involve someone outside of the Alliance. You can't blame us for feeling hesitant. Even you think so? She averted her eyes and bit on her lips. Fine. I won't ask for your help anymore. I'll get the suit myself. Hold on, I'm not finding fault with you or anything. I reached out quickly and grabbed Hideko's hand before she could leave the room. We understand you have secrets you can't fully share with us, and we know you have your reasons. But can't you at least tell us something? It has to be something out of the ordinary, right? You're not the type to insist on doing things your way for mere selfish reasons. And how are you so sure I'm not? Because you trusted me, so I trust you too. It was Hideko who trusted me and brought me out when everyone else was shunning me and calling me a jinx. If she needed help, I wanted to do everything in my power to help her. I quietly pleaded with Hideko while intensely staring at her in the eyes, praying hard that she would trust and lean on me. And then... It was a sigh of resignation. The trouble with your generic face is how it completely disarms me when you're spouting the occasional hero-like rhetoric. Very well, you will have a full explanation on why I must bring Darumi along. Really? Yes, but not here. Outside. Wait, why outside? I'll be waiting for you on the roof. Come alone. With that, she exited the room, but her wanting to meet with me alone would mean... Oh, for the love of murder. I'm the outcast now, eh? I don't mind. Go ahead, Takumi. I'll be right here, keeping your bed warm for you until you return. Yeah, thanks. I'll be right back after I hear what she has to say. Also, don't touch my bed. Oh, no promises. Please promise. Don't touch my bed. I left Yugamu behind in my room and went out to the roof. Huh? Hideko? I didn't see Hideko on the roof, even though she said she'd be waiting for me there. Unless she went back to her room. Over here, Takumi. I turned towards the direction of the voice and saw Hideko seated on the ledge. Gosh, she's so pretty. She was staring intently at something. I followed her gaze and... there was the artificial satellite floating in the night sky.
Do you long to see the people living there again?
Her question was sudden and unexpected.
Of course I do. That's what I'm fighting so hard for.
Yes, you would be right. We're all fighting here because there are people we want to see again. We'll be able to go back to them after this war ends. That's what motivates us to keep going. In other words, that's why we're so determined not to die here. However, Darumi has none of that. She's got nowhere to return to.
Nowhere? Surely she has family who can take her in.
Not all families are worth going back to. Not that I expect you to understand.
She was right, I didn't understand. How could I? It was my cherished dream to be surrounded by my parents and Kadu at the dinner table again someday.
Takumi, do you know why Darumi is so enamored with killing games?
No?
It's very simple. She grew up in an environment that was like a killing game in itself. If she'd let her guard down, even for a brief moment, she'd be abused by her parents or teachers.
Her teachers too?
Punishment awaited her at every turn for no reason other than the adults in her life having a bad day. None of the grown-ups who were supposed to be looking out for her reached out to help in her time of need. You see? Just like a killing game, right?
I had an inkling Darumi may not have come from the best of family environments, but I had no idea it was that bad. She's ranted about it a few times. Takumi probably just didn't register what she was saying at the time. I did, though.
I'm not surprised, leeching off someone else without ever giving anything back and abusing them on top of that. Sounds like my scumbag brother. Right, just like how he ignored all the eviction notices and restraining orders and doubled down on the violence. Dad goes to see the horse races on Sunday afternoons and beats me when he loses his bets.
He wasn't kidding about that.
And when you go through life living like that, you can't help but wonder, why only me?
Yeah. That's understandable.
Why am I the only one suffering like this? Why can't everyone suffer together with me? Young and old, male and female. We should all suffer together. Use up our lives, our very existences, to entertain ourselves through misery. That's why she loves her killing game so much. It's the closest thing to her ideal world she can find.
So she was being dead serious when she talked about wanting to start a killing game.
Dead and buried 6 feet underground. She would have given her life for it.
What sort of mentality could drive a person to be this desperate for a killing game to begin?
Her wish to see the whole world turn into a killing game was never going to come true under normal circumstances. But as fate decreed, that wish somehow actually did come true.
When the sponsor showed up. The sponsor of the killing game suddenly appeared in midair one day. Narumi must have felt like her childhood dream was finally coming true.
She's on Cloud 9 right now, living out a dream that once seemed impossible to achieve. And she intends to die in it, after playing to her heart's content.
Die? Even though her dream finally came true?
Exactly. Now that her dream has come true, she has nothing to live for anymore.
She didn't look like someone who wanted to die, though. The few times I've seen her outside the academy.
In fact, you guys were slaughtering the school invaders together quite enthusiastically. Someone who fought with such wanton abandon in a situation where there was no coming back from death couldn't exactly be mentally sound now, could they? She was right. Someone with normal sensitivities would be a lot more cautious about this.
Without me keeping a close eye on her, she'll be running headlong into the largest group of invaders she can find. If I don't keep forcing her to return together, she'll keep on fighting, even past her limits. Even after returning, she always wants to go right back out to continue the hunt. It's not easy for me to keep pulling her back. She's basically committing slow suicide. I can't take my eyes off her for a minute.
Is that why you're so insistent on bringing her along for tomorrow's operation?
I just don't want to leave her alone to her own devices. A short while's fine, but I get the feeling we may be taking a while tomorrow. I have to take her along, if I don't want to come back to a dead Darumi. This whole plan would be pointless if even one person dies.
I was completely dumbfounded. Hideko was serious about saving everyone's lives. But then again, Hideko had always been like that, even last time. My primary goal here is to win the war. There's nothing I won't do for the sake of victory. But it's not enough for us to defeat the invaders. All of us have to survive as well. That's what victory means to me. She would ensure no one got left behind by snatching them from the jaws of death, even if it meant taking their place. Her tenacity in this aspect had saved me and was now saving Darumi. My body trembled involuntarily when I realized the depth of Hideko's determination. I had to admit it, she was the real hero here. I feel bad for Darumi, but this game needs to end. Sooner, the better. She's never gonna come to her senses unless she first wakes up from this sham of a dream. I'm begging you here, Takumi. Help me tomorrow. Yeah, of course. How could I possibly turn down a request from this awesome hero standing before me? I'll convince Yugamu to help as well. I can't believe he'll turn us down after I explain the situation to him. The four of us will rampage through town together tomorrow and put an end to the invader hunt. We both stretched out a hand spontaneously and exchanged a firm and solemn handshake. The only thing going through my mind at that time was that what I could do to protect Hideko's kind-hearted resolve. We would work together to defeat the sponsor, and then let's all get to the best day 100 together. I don't think this is the best, but we'll do the best that we can with what we have. But I was too naive. Kind-heartedness had no place on the battlefield because it was Hideko's kind-heartedness that led her to end up like that. Like what? Day 30.
Hideko!
She was lying on the ground with blood pouring out of her back. This is a mortal wound. There is no way she can recover from this. The attacker, if I remember correctly, is the...
Squad 3 Commander!
What is the commander doing here? Why is Hideko lying in a pool of her own blood? Was she defeated by the commander? Nothing was making sense. My mind was in a state of confusion.
How did this happen?
Our plan had been proceeding smoothly. We set off early, reached the part of town south of school, and started doing battle. Using the flashiest skills we had in our arsenal, we hunted down every invader in the area. This was to draw the flying bees' attention to us. Sometime after the battle began, Hideko secretly left the area like she had planned in order to secure the spare suit. The bees were struggling to count the points Yugamu and I were racking up and didn't seem to have noticed her sudden absence. It felt like the plan was actually gonna work. All we had to do was wait for Hideko to return with the suit, and that would lead us to victory. But then something unexpected happened. I took my eyes off Darumi, who had been fighting with us, for only a short while, and she vanished in that moment. I probably got overly excited and decided to expand her hunting territory. I panicked. Hideko would be heartbroken if anything happened to Darumi. I ran around the vicinity in a desperate attempt to locate her. All the while, imploring her in my heart to not do anything reckless that might end up making Hideko sad. I was praying hard for her safety. And just as I finally caught sight of Darumi on the other side of some rubble, the unthinkable happened. I couldn't make head or tail of the scene, no matter how long or hard I stared at it.
Why? Why? Why is this happening?
Get a hold of yourself, Takumi.
I snapped back to my senses as Yugamu's yelling. Yugamu, Hideko's down, most likely by a commander. Yugamu's face twisted into a hateful scowl when he turned to look at the commander. That's why I didn't want Darumi to come along. She's too high profile in a lot of ways. You can't blame the enemy for zeroing in on such an attention-grabbing target on the battlefield. I'd wager the commander attacked Darumi first in this case. And when Hideko tried to help her, the commander attacked Darumi as she was rampaging around. And when Hideko tried to help, she got struck down instead? What do we do now? How can we save them both? Run away, that's what. The operation's failed. But we can't just abandon them. There's nothing we can do to turn the tide of this battle, especially not against a commander. We need to survive so that we can carry on Hideko's will. Yugamu's decision was sound. The best outcome we could hope for right now was to avoid all of us dying. But did I really want that? What was the point of surviving if I had to abandon a friend to do it? Abandon Hideko and Darumi to escape and wait for another chance? Or jump in to save them without caring about the consequences? Sounds like a decision is coming. I